Everybody knows Charity Kariuki, yeah, the first woman ever to stand for the presidency of Kenya, yes. And she has recently emerged triumphant in a very, very bruising battle for governor of Kitui, yeah. Now, I just want to take you back to 2013. The presidential petition then against the win of Uhuru Kenyatta was ongoing. And one of the aides of Charity Ngilu approached her and expressed concern about some certain plans that were being made and wondered, why are you making these plans? There's still the petition against Uhuru's presidency, and it looks like it could succeed. Now, Charity Ngilu's reaction was very interesting. She looked at the person like the person had just landed in from Mars, like this person had no clue what was going on. And then she said, of course in the Kamba language, that petition will not succeed. And she was so sure. Well, that person has been a friend for a number of years and actually had forgotten about this small incident until this same friend of mine made public that particular incident in a Facebook update recently, yeah. And I said, wow, I'd forgotten that, okay. Yeah, this is the reality of Kenya as we know it today. However, there's some very good news for NASA, okay. Gosh, I keep on saying NASA. Actually, some very good news for the long-suffering people of Kenya, okay. Now, nothing much has changed. Of course, outside factors will influence things a lot in the courtroom, okay? Except that this time, something has changed. Actually, two key things have changed, okay? And that's what I want to cover in this recording. And the change of those two key things may suggest that there's a very high chance of things tipping in favor of NASA this time around. Now, these two factors are panic in the corridors of power. Okay, I've just received some very interesting information, and after processing that information, I've come to the conclusion that there's great panic in the corridors of power. Okay, and of course, the second thing is the international limelight on this trial. Okay, now let me start with the second and dispense with that, and then I'll come back to the first, more controversial one. Okay. Now, international attention to Kenya is not a secret. Everybody knows there's a lot of international attention in the direction of Kenya. Now, as I've said in previous recordings, when we started out, NASA were at a big disadvantage because Jubilee had already were ahead in that department of international support, and they had already played their cards very well, and they had the full backing of the international community. Especially when the observers came out here, all the observers had already come here with a view of see no evil, and they already knew they were going to give Jubilee a clean bill of health. That is the truth. It's all politics, yeah. And one of the big concerns with the international community is that we never ever get a repeat of 2007. Okay, so that was that, okay. And NASA found it very hard to even get a hearing from the international community. However, vindu vichenjanga, things change, okay, and things have changed dramatically. I don't know who makes decisions at Jubilee, but there's some decisions which just leave me shaking my head, okay. Let me give you an example. You've already come from a very contentious general election, okay, and you're already in the good books. You're already the blue-eyed boy of the international community, yeah. Then why would you want to start raiding civil society? Why would you want to start a purge on civil society? It's just amazing, okay. Now, of course, we know that civil society receives a lot of funding from outside, okay. And the minute you start touching civil society, the international community is going to stand up and start paying attention, because they'll ask themselves the question, what are these people hiding? And you have come from an election. Get my drift? Yeah, that was a major blunder. Okay, the shootings of innocent people the use of live bullets, which the government has strongly denied, even as spent cartridges are being collected on the streets in cartloads, yeah, all over the place, and they're still saying that we're not using live bullets. Maybe to follow what some Jubilee supporters have been saying, they've been hanging on to anything just to get a lifeline, eh? So let me play the devil here and talk like a Jubilee supporter. Those spent cartridges were dropped in the streets by NASA guys to frame Jubilee. There was no shooting going on, eh? They went and picked spent cartridges somewhere, then they scattered them all over Kibera, all over the necessary crime scenes, just to fool people, to fool the world, eh? And get Jubilee in trouble. Wonders never cease in this country. Yeah? No, those spent cartridges are real. Okay? And if you want to know they're real, people have actually stopped real bullets. Yeah? Even as we speak, we know the people who have been victims of these heinous crimes against humanity. Okay? We know that. Anyway, so coming back to what I've said, the focus of the international community on the petition that we are about to go through, yeah, which is about to start, is unprecedented. Okay? And while people may try some hanky-panky or try and twist things here and there, the full attention of the international community will be on that trial. Okay? And I can make one prediction at this point, at this early point. The international community is going to be in utter, total shock at the kind of evidence that NASA are going to present. Yeah? They're going to be gaping all the way through. Okay? To see this kind of massive fraud upon the people of Kenya. Okay? So even if IBC and Jubilee come with their technicalities, legal technicalities and so on, it will not really matter. Because the world will be so shocked, so disgusted at what has been done on the people of Kenya, that it will not really matter what defense Jubilee and IBC put up. Now this is going to put those people who rigged this election into a fix. Okay, because they cannot use the usual methods, okay, of managing to win this trial. Okay, intimidation, technicalities, legal technicalities, yeah, which will be used extensively to try and prove that at least the election achieved the threshold, yeah, of acceptability. Yes, yeah, it will not work. Okay, so that is a big plus for NASA, very huge plus. You can be very sure that there's some people who are not sleeping well, or they're not sleeping at all, okay, as a result of this. Okay, now on to the first point. Now I can see I've already run out of my time. I don't have enough time to analyze very much that first point, but don't worry, you'll catch it in part 2 of this recording. As usual, you know the drill. Look out for that link on the top left hand corner of the screen. Click on it and you'll go to round 2, where you're going to hear some things that will shock you. Yeah, this is Chris Kumekucha. See you there in a bit.